Hi and welcome everyone to another video on this channel. Today I'm gonna show you 3 wildcard drafts for GAMEWEEK 24, so if you wanna see who are the best players for your wildcard, make sure you stay here. Okay guys, so as you can see from the screen, this is my first wildcard draft for GAMEWEEK 24, and I'm not saying that you should definitely use your wildcard for this GAMEWEEK, but for those who are interested, I think that in these 3 drafts you're gonna see some interesting players. And before starting, just let me say that in a normal season of FPL, usually you try to use your wildcard to prepare maybe for a bench boost, so in that case you're gonna have a strong bench, you're gonna have 15 playing players, or either use your wildcard to save up some cash to upgrade elsewhere. So in that case you're gonna go for a cheap defender, a 4.5 million midfielder, a 4.4 forward. So you got the idea, but this is not a normal season. So with all these games being postponed, with so many COVID cases, I think that still you should try to use your wildcard. If you're using your wildcard, I think that you should go with a strong bench with 15 playing players. So that's why in these 3 drafts of mine you're gonna see me picking 15 playing players. So let's start with this one. This wildcard drafts is the wildcard draft I would go if I would wildcard this game, but obviously so many things can change. There's still a long way to go to the next deadline, so I'm pretty sure that so many things are gonna change, and maybe I'm gonna do also some wildcard drafts next week, but still this is all dependent on the double game week being announced. And yeah, but you got the idea. At the moment this is how I'm thinking, so let's start with it. De Gea and Sanchez, my goalkeepers. You're gonna see De Gea in all of my drafts, because the reason why I prefer De Gea to other goalkeepers, I'm not saying you can go for Ramsdale, you can go for Jose Sa, you can go for Lloris if you want to. They still have fixtures to be rearranged, but De Gea at that price I really like him, 5.2 millions. The fixtures are amazing: Burnley, Southampton, Leeds, Watford. I know that Man United are not really keeping clean sheet, they are not the best defense in the Premier League surely, but De Gea is a good shot stopper, he's getting some bonus points sometimes. So the other reason is obviously the possibility of a double game week in Game Week 25. Ralph Rangnick just hinted at that, so they could have a double game week in Game Week 25 against Southampton and Brighton, so that's another reason to go with De Gea. And the third reason is I really want to have a defender from Man United, and with De Gea you have that safety. As you can see in this draft I also have Dalot, but the thing is with Dalot, Alex Telles, Luke Shaw and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, you're not 100% sure they are gonna play 90 minutes every game week, right? So that safety you have with De Gea, and that's why I prefer having him. Also here we have Sanchez from Brighton. You can go for Foster if you want to save up some cash, or maybe you need that cash, but the thing is they are gonna blank in Game Week 24, and maybe you're gonna play obviously De Gea in Game Week 25 if they are gonna have a double game week. But also with Brighton they also can have some double game weeks in Game Week 25 and 26, so that's why I think that Sanchez also could be a nice option. And in these crazy times maybe you need to have 2 playing goalkeepers, so yeah, that's why I have those 2. In defense, Luca Digne, Trent, Cancelo, Robertson and Dalot. Obviously in all of my drafts you're gonna see Luca Digne, Cancelo and Trent. I think that these 3 ones would be in any of my wildcard drafts if I was to wildcard this game week. So with Luca Digne, as you can see, I have 3 players from Villa in this one: Luca Digne, Coutinho and Watkins. So one of the reasons is the fixtures obviously are amazing for Aston Villa: Leeds, Newcastle, Watford, Brighton, Southampton. So even long term the fixtures are amazing. They have 2 games to be rearranged against Burnley and Leeds, so yeah, really good fixtures. Luca Digne, I think that his first choice. I think that he's nailed. He's on free kicks, he's on corner, on set pieces. The same with Coutinho, he can be on free kicks, on corner. So yeah, I really like those players. Obviously Trent and Cancelo are essential at the moment, so I think that if you want to wildcard this game week and you don't have them, you definitely should buy them. Trent and Cancelo are just incredible value for their prices still. Now one of my biggest questions for my wildcard draft is either I want to go for Robertson or for Jota. So at the moment I prefer going for Robertson, and I'm gonna tell you why in a second. So the fixtures for Liverpool are decent. Leicester at home is not ideal. I know they lost 1-0 in the last game against Leicester, but I think that Leicester were a little bit lucky to not concede in that game. So the fixtures are decent for Liverpool. Burnley, Norwich, probably they are gonna have also double game week in the game week 26 against Norwich or Leeds, or against Norwich and Arsenal. So that's why I think that having 3 Liverpool players is gonna be an essential thing for the future. One thing I like about Robertson, he's playing amazing at the moment. He's gonna be a differential. I know that everybody owns Jota at the moment, so it's gonna be a little bit of a risk to go without Jota. But the thing is, when Salah and Mane are gonna be back from African Cup of Nations, I think that his minutes are gonna be limited. I don't think that Jota is gonna play every game week, and I'm not saying that suddenly when Salah and Mane are gonna be back, Jota is not not gonna be a good FPL option, because still I think that he's crazy value at that price. He plays a striker for one of the best attacking side in the Premier League, but still I just prefer Robertson because I have that safety with Robertson. From my point of view, I think that he's gonna play 90 minutes every game week, and the thing is, yeah, maybe you can say that he has a little bit of a competition against Tsimikas on that left back spot, but still from my point of view, I think that Robertson is on a complete different level, so he's much better than Tsimikas, and I think that, yeah, maybe he can miss one game week, but the same you can say about Cancelo. Maybe Cancelo is gonna miss also a game at some point, so that's the thing. I prefer having Robertson over Jota because of the minutes, and also Jota, you can say that he has some competition against Firmino, right? So he's not gonna play 90 minutes every game week, Diogo Jota, and yeah, that's the thing. Okay, so as you can see, my last defender is from Manchester United, Diogo Dalot. I think that he's great value at that price. I think that he's 4.5 at the moment. So the thing is, if I was to go for a Manchester United defender instead of David De Gea, it would be Diogo Dalot, because I don't trust Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I don't trust Shaw or Teles at the moment. So the only problem is, personally, I have Diogo Dalot in my own FPL team, and I'm really happy to own him, but the thing is, I'm still not 100% sure if he's still first choice. The thing is, he played the last game weeks, okay, 90 minutes, but we don't know really what's happening with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. The coach said that he was ill for the last 2 weeks, so that sounds pretty awkward to me. Maybe he's first choice, so that's the only problem. I'm not sure in a double game he's gonna play both games, but I think that honestly at that price you don't really mind him playing just one game, so I still think that he's a great option. If Brighton are gonna have doubles in game week 25 and 26, that could completely change my thinking, and in that case probably I would go for Cucurella instead of him. So in that case you have also 0.4 million in the bank. Obviously it depends on your team value. Maybe you have enough money to go with my team, maybe you have more money. So yeah, in midfield, Gallagher, Salah, Coutinho, Foden, Bowen. So the thing is, you're surprised a little bit with Gallagher, but yeah, you can go maybe for someone like Rafinha if you want to, or Trossard. But the thing is, if you look at the fixtures, I really want a Crystal Palace player, honestly, for the next 4 game weeks. Norwich, Brentford, Burnley, Chelsea, okay, is gonna be a tough game week, but in the next 3 games are pretty decent, and we know that with Gallagher maybe he's on set pieces sometimes, so I think that he's just great value at that price, honestly. So why I'm not going with some Arsenal players is because they are gonna blank 2 games in the next few games, so that's why I don't have any Arsenal players, and I prefer having Gallagher. Obviously the big one is Salah. The thing is, if you don't know, the final of African Cup of Nations is going to be played on 6th February, so the next game for Liverpool in the Premier League against Leicester is going to be on 10th February, so even if Salah is going to reach the final with Egypt, which the chances are not that big, I still think that there are chances he's going to be back for game week 24. So today they are going to play against Cote d'Ivoire, and let's see, maybe Salah is going to be back earlier than we thought. So the thing is, this is the safe wildcard drafts. Obviously you can go without Mohamed Salah, so don't worry guys, I have other 2 wildcard drafts without Mohamed Salah if you're interested to go. A little bit different, a little bit risky, but if I was to wildcard, honestly 100% I would have Mohamed Salah in my team, and I know that, as I said before, they are gonna play against Leicester at home, so not an ideal fixture, but in the last game Salah missed a penalty, he also missed a big opportunity, so if I was to wildcard I would have Mohamed Salah and I would captain him against Leicester at home. Also his ownership is not that high at the moment, so maybe you can benefit a little bit, maybe you can jump earlier Mohamed Salah, but obviously when we approach the deadline I think that his ownership is gonna rise a little bit. Then we have Coutinho, I talked about him, he's on set pieces, he could be on free kicks. I think that obviously you can go for Ramsdale or Buendia if you want to save some cash. I think that all these 3 options are great, the fixtures for Villa are amazing, and yeah, Coutinho is a great FPL option. I think with Bowen I don't really need to talk too much about him at that price. Honestly, he's one of the best players in Premier League at the moment, talking about form, and they're gonna play against Watford, Leicester, Newcastle. From an attacking perspective, I think that these 3 fixtures are amazing, and yeah, Bowen is gonna be in all of my wildcard drafts. So my last midfielder is Foden. He's 8 million at the moment. I think that still he's the best FPL asset to own from Manchester City. I know that maybe it sounds crazy, but I really prefer Foden instead of Kevin De Bruyne or Sterling. He's much more cheaper. He can play as a false 9 in that Man City team. We know that they are scoring many goals usually, so I think that Foden is still a great option. I own him in my FPL team, and I know that he can be a really annoying FPL player to own, but the thing is they're gonna play against Brentford and Norwich. We are not sure with any Man City player that they are gonna play 90 minutes every game week, right? But That's the gamble, and I think that if he's gonna play at least one game in the next two, he can score really good. So I think that Foden is a nice option. In attack we have Watkins, Antonio and Broja. Let's talk a little bit about Broja. The thing is, with King and Dennis, we all know how bad they were in the last gaming, so let's see how that's gonna go against Burnley. But the thing is, Broja at that price, 5.2 million, I think that he's the best forward to own in FPL. He's gonna play against, the features are not great, Spurs, United, Everton, but long term he could be a nice option. You don't need to play obviously him every game week, and as I said before, at that price he's the best forward in FPL in my opinion. In this draft also we have Oli Watkins from Aston Villa. The thing is, in the last game he played as a forward, Ings was on the bench, so we don't know what's gonna happen in the future. We don't know if Watkins is gonna play alongside Ings in the next game mix, but still I prefer having Watkins. He's injury prone and he plays 90 minutes every gaming. So as I said before, the fixtures for Villa are amazing. They have some games to be rescheduled against Burnley and Leeds, and I think that if I was to wildcard, Watkins would be in my team. Now with Antonio there is a questions. He was called up to the Jamaican international team, so I think that he's gonna play 3 games in this international break, so we need to see what's gonna happen with Antonio. But the fixtures are great: Watford, Leicester and Newcastle. As I said before, he wasn't the best player in FPL in the last game. He was really bad, but the thing is, you don't really have so many options in attack. So yeah, you can go for Edouard if I want to, but we already have Gallagher in this team, so yeah, there are options. You can go for Dominic Calvert-Lewin if you want to. Let's put here 8 million. So Dennis, you don't want to go with him. Maybe you can go for Pukki if you want to save up some cash. The fixtures for Norwich are good long term, but short term City, Liverpool is not amazing, so maybe you don't want to go for Pukki. Mope, honestly you can go for him if they're gonna have 2 double gamings, but honestly I don't really like Mope. I don't really like that Brighton attack. I mean, they are playing really good, but they are not really converting their chances. And Tony also could be an option if they're gonna sign Christian Eriksen from Inter Milan. I think that the fixtures are great long term. Man City, okay, in Gaming 24 is gonna be tough, but Palace, Newcastle, Norwich, Burnley, so Tony could become a good FPL option in the future. So as I said before, you can go for Edouard if you want to. You can double up, or maybe you can replace Gallagher with another midfielder, but honestly, yeah, you can go for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He could be a nice option. Just let me find him. So I think that he could be a nice option if you prefer him over Antonio. The next 3 fixtures are amazing. He's on penalties, so Newcastle, Leeds, Southampton, they're not playing really good at the moment, but Calvert-Lewin could be a nice option. But otherwise you don't really have any other good FPL forwards at the moment. So this is my first FPL draft. Now let's see the other ones. Okay, so now let's see my second draft. So as you can see, this is gonna be a little bit different, a little bit risky, and if you want to really target those double game mix, potential double game mix, because at the moment we don't know nothing. And obviously if Mohamed Salah is not gonna be back from African Cup of Nations for Gaming 24, for some reason this could be a really good wildcard, but there is no perfect wildcard or perfect or standard wildcard. So as you can see, in these 3 drafts you're gonna see some interesting players. I think that they are gonna do really good in the future, so you don't need to pick one of these 3 options. You can pick players from all of these, the players you really like. So that's what I'm trying to do from my point of view. So as you can see, here we have De Gea and Foster, a cheaper second choice goalkeeper if you want to save up some cash. Trent, Cancelo and Dini obviously are gonna be in all of my drafts, and here we have Cucurella for the potential double gaming 25 and 26, and also here we have double city defense with Laporte. So the 3 defenders are on my watch list at the moment are Robertson, Laporte and Luca Digne. So these 3 I think that they are going to do really good in the future. Laporte, as you can see, he played the last game for Man City. Obviously I think that at some point he's gonna miss one game, but pretty much he's as much nailed as you can for Manchester City to be. So as you can see, Brentford, Norwich, the fixtures long term are pretty good. Also from a defensive perspective, I can see some clean sheets against Spurs, against Everton, even against Crystal Palace, Brighton, Man United. So the features are great. City are the best defense in the Premier League, and if I was to triple up on Man City, I would double up on defense. So in midfield here we have Ramsey, De Bruyne, Jota, Cornet and Bowen. Obviously with Cornet you don't need to go for him, but obviously if you want to go a little bit different, we know that what I like about him is Burnley have 4 fixtures to be rearranged against Spurs, Villa, Everton and Leicester, so they're gonna have some double game mix in the future. The fixtures, as you can see here, are not amazing. Man United, Liverpool, Brighton, Chelsea, but that's the thing, they are gonna have some double game mix. And Cornet, with Wood going to Newcastle, Cornet maybe he's on free kicks and maybe he can be also on penalties, and also he's gonna play as a striker and is a midfielder listed in FPL, so I don't think that Cornet is a bad option. But honestly, if you wanna go a little bit safe, you go for someone like, I don't know, Trossard or Gallagher. So yeah, with Bowen, he's gonna be in all of my drafts. Also in this draft we have Diogo Jota from Liverpool, so I still think that he's great value in FPL. He plays as a striker in one of the best attacking sides in the Premier League, so even when Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane are gonna be back from African Cup of Nations, that doesn't mean suddenly he's not gonna play anymore for Liverpool. So maybe he's not gonna play every gaming, maybe he's not gonna play 90 minutes every gaming, but still we all know what Jota can do. The fixtures are great, maybe they're gonna have a double in gaming 26, so he's still gonna be a great option, and we all know what he can do, and he's second best scoring player in Premier League. So yeah, as you can see with this draft we have Ramsey, so that way we can save up some cash to Cristiano Ronaldo. And the thing is, so many people maybe are thinking Ramsey is just a 4.6 million midfielder, and maybe they prefer going with Coutinho and Buendia. So I understand that maybe Coutinho and Buendia are better options than Ramsey, but you shouldn't get you shouldn't decide this just because he's 4.6 million midfielder, because he played in the last game, he's playing really good, and although his price is really cheap, I think that he could be a great option. You don't have to play him obviously every gaming, but the features are great and he could be a nice option. He can easily match Coutinho or Buendia's points. So in this draft the thing is, you have De Bruyne, so in this draft we're going without Mohamed Salah, so that's a big risk. I wouldn't go with this risk, but if you want to go a little bit different, I think that this can work out for you. Obviously, as you can see, Liverpool are going to play against Leicester at home, so in that case you can captain Kevin De Bruyne against Brentford at home, so we can easily say that Kevin De Bruyne can match Mohamed Salah points, right? So that's a good option too. And if Man United are going to have a double game week in gaming 25, you're going to prefer captaining a double game week player, right, instead of Mohamed Salah. So Ronaldo is going to play against Southampton and Brighton, so probably you're going to captain him instead of Salah. So Salah is going to play against Burnley away in gaming 25, so that's a problem, because obviously Salah can outscore Ronaldo in a double gaming, but usually I prefer captaining the double gaming player, so that's why I think that you can go maybe 2 games without Mohamed Salah, although it's really risky, and if that's not gonna work out, then it's gonna be really bad for your rank. But yeah, if you want to go a little bit different, this could be a nice option. Also Broja, I talked about him, and Watkins, I talked about him. I think that those are the best strikers at the moment to go in a wildcard. Okay, so this is my last wildcard. So as you can see in this one, it is also a little bit safe because you have Mohamed Salah, and also you can attack those possible double game weeks in gaming 25 with David De Gea and Cristiano Ronaldo. And also I forgot maybe to mention, but also Broja could have a double game week in gaming 25, I think, Southampton. So as you can see, De Gea and Foster, Digne, Trent and Cancelo, no surprises here. Also we have Laporte, and a different player here is Anuary. So I think that his first choice for Wolverhampton, and I think that he's a much better left back than Marcel. Obviously he has a little bit of attacking threat, so I think that at that price, honestly, 4.3 million is a bargain. But the thing is, the fixtures are not great for Wolverhampton. So Arsenal, Spurs, Leicester, West Ham, the next 4 fixtures are not great from an attacking perspective, but Wolverhampton are one of the best defensive in the Premier League, so we know that they can keep clean sheet against anyone pretty much. So that's the thing. Obviously you don't need to play him every game because you have pretty good defenders here, Digne, Trent, Cancelo and Laporte, so probably you can really play him over those players every game week, right? But in midfield you have Ramsey, Salah, Jota, Foden and Bowen. So I talked about these players. I think that all of these are great options. We have Mohamed Salah, so you can captain him, and you can captain also Ronaldo in gaming 25 if they're gonna have a double game week. Also here we have Edouard, so I don't really talk too much about Edouard. The thing is, the next 4 fixtures are amazing. Norwich, Brentford and Burnley from an attacking perspective, and the thing is, Edouard played pretty much in the last game weeks. He was a starter, but the thing is, I'm still not 100% sure he's gonna start every game, but honestly at that price and with that fixtures, you don't really mind if he's gonna be benched in one game, right? You will hope to be benched against Chelsea, right? But if he's gonna play against Norwich and Brentford or against Norwich and Burnley, I think that you'll be pretty happy. And even if he's not starting, he's gonna get in from the bench. That's not really a good thing every time, but yeah, here we have Broja also. So the thing is, if you want to go with this structure with 2 premiums with Mohamed Salah and Cristiano Ronaldo, obviously you can go with Mohamed Salah and Kevin De Bruyne. If you want to, you can go with Mohamed Salah and Bruno Fernandes. But the thing is, between Bruno Fernandes and Cristiano Ronaldo, I will always 100% prefer Cristiano Ronaldo, because when Ronaldo is fit, when he's playing, I don't think that Bruno is worth the money. If Ronaldo was injured, let's say for a month or something like that, then Bruno Fernandes would be an amazing FPL option on penalties, on free kicks. But at the moment Ronaldo is on free kicks. I don't know why. he's just taking those free kicks really bad. Fernandes is a much better free kick taker, but at the moment Ronaldo is on penalties, on free kicks, and I think that with Ronaldo in the side, Bruno Fernandes is just not worth it. But obviously you can go for Salah and Fernandes if you really want to go a little bit different. You can go for Salah and De Bruyne if you want to instead of Foden, or you can sell Laporte to another defender. But the thing is, Ronaldo is gonna have a double game week maybe at some point for sure, because he has a fixture to be rearranged, right? And the thing is, if you go with De Bruyne, yeah, you can captain him against Brentford at home and against Norwich away, and he could easily outscore Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm not saying otherwise, but the thing is, Man City are not gonna have double game weeks at the moment. Maybe in the future, probably they are gonna have, because they are gonna get into those cup competition really high, because they are a really good side, obviously. But at the moment, they are not having any double game weeks, so that's why at the moment, if you want to go for two premiums, I prefer this option with Mohamed Salah and Cristiano Ronaldo. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, please consider leaving a like or subscribe to this channel if you're new around here. It would be really much appreciated, and also please let me know about your opinions in the comments down below. See you next time.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.